rolling right along. Let's see what we got going on for some of you. Wow, nothing wants to come out of this deck, which means I need to go to another deck. And I kind of feel, I'm feeling drawn to my Message of Love deck. So I'm going to use that. Okay, I do have red on, so maybe it was Kismet. It was Kismet. Let me just give this a little shuffle. What's going on in love, guys? You know that's my favorite subject. It's not always good what happens, but you know what comes out. But hopefully it's something good. Let's see what's going on. What does my collective need to know at this time? I'm going to go ahead and get all the cards. We've got habits. Habits. Okay. What else do we have? We have forgiveness, unsatisfied, soul contract. A lot popped out there. We have new chapter. What's this? Values, ego. Whoa. Time and overall energy as shadow side. Interesting. This feels like a deep one. Okay. Let me just feel this. Okay. I feel like I have to make my way down the line. Okay. But I am going to start with the overall energy, which is shadow side. Okay. Somebody has realized that they need to work on themselves. Okay. When you're examining your shadow side, it's all the things that kind of need improving, right? There are things that need to be brought to light. They need to be dealt with. Okay. Some of you might consider these flaws. Okay. But whatever this is, we have someone in an energy of needing to confront, or they've realized they need to confront their shadow side. So let's find out why they've come to this conclusion. Okay. With the habits card, obviously this is number one. Somebody became aware that they have a habit and it's not a good one. Okay. With the I don't know if I'll ever change, this person is struggling. Okay. With whatever habit this is. Okay. So it could be various things for the collective, but someone's having a hard time believing that they can be successful at kicking this habit, whatever this is. Okay, but they know they have to because they're looking at their shadow side. They're looking at, this is an area I need to change. I need to shift. With the forgiveness card, I feel like this person is like wanting forgiveness from those around them for whatever energy they were in when they were under the influence of whatever habit. Okay. But I also feel like I'm compelled to tell you to forgive yourself too. Okay? I'm not saying give yourself a free pass because I feel like you are acknowledging, you're taking accountability, but I also want you to give yourself grace. You struggled. Maybe you're continuing to struggle. Maybe you regret the moments you weren't in your best energy, but you need to forgive yourself in order to move forward. Okay? You cannot hang on to that guilt because it will do you no good. All right? So just move forward and change. Move forward and change and vow to become the better version of yourself. Okay? Even if you fall, you might fall again. But just as long as you never stop trying and you get back up. Keep trying. Don't give up. Okay? With the unsatisfied card, I feel like this is somebody who's unhappy in their life. And this could have been one of the reasons why you used whatever habit this was, excuse me, as a coping mechanism. You were unsatisfied in your life. There were things you weren't happy about, things you had trouble dealing with. And so you chose maybe a toxic route, okay, a toxic coping mechanism to deal, okay? With the soul contract, it's so interesting because this almost feels out of place to me, but it's not. It's not. It would seem out of place, but I know where this is going. With the soul contract, again, how somebody came to the conclusion that they have to work on their flaws and their shadow side, they met somebody that they had a soul contract with, a soul connection to. You needed this person to come into your life to teach you this lesson. and you picked it up. Okay, you became aware of it. Okay, the new chapter. So I feel like in the new chapter is right under habits. I feel very positive for whoever this reading is for. You're going into a new chapter. I feel like you're gonna put this behind you. And if you've struggled in the past, I feel like you're gonna be firm this time. I really do, because I feel that awareness. I feel that awareness in this spread. But just remember, give yourself grace. Forgive yourself if you fall off. We're human. It's going to happen, okay? With the values card, this is the other thing. It's almost like I see you wanting to bring yourself back to your morals, your values, like back to the core. Okay, so it's almost like that's also a part of it too. And we have too many differences. I feel like this soul contract, whoever you met, 555 as I say that, was somebody that was also meant to make you want to re-examine your values, your goals, what you want out of life, what you're doing. Like, what am I doing? I feel like somebody helped you to reevaluate. Okay? I'm sorry for my cough. This cough drop isn't helping. Yeah, with the ego. This is part of your shadow side. Okay? So this is also something that you are addressing. Okay? You let your pride get in the way of the connection. So this is the other thing that happened. When you met this person who you had this soul connection with, who made you aware of the things that you needed to change, you also became aware of how being in your ego really ruined this somehow, because I don't get the feeling that you're in each other's energy. If you were this, I don't think this would have come out. Okay? But take it how it resonates, okay? This is a collective. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And the ego is right underneath unsatisfied. Again, because you were feeling some type of way, you catered to your ego in not a healthy way. Okay? But look at this. We've got the time card here. This is all about divine timing, okay? And it's right underneath soul contract. You were meant to meet this person. This was the purpose, okay? And you know who I'm talking about, because that person popped into your head, okay? Now, you also, for some of you, you may want to start this new chapter with this person because they've made such an impact in your life, okay? It says, I'm afraid it's too late to take action. So for some of you, you might be, sorry. You might be wondering if it's like too late to come back around. Divine timing's at play here, though. Okay, I don't think you need to worry too much. Because if the universe and divine timing knew to send this person to you when you needed them the most, if they're meant to be back in your energy, nothing's going to stand in your way. It's going to happen, come hell or high water. Okay? So be okay with divine timing here. I'm not saying don't go for what you want, don't take action. Like, obviously you have to do what you want to do. But, if and when you take action, let things flow naturally, okay? Let this play out in due time, okay? This feels done to me. This is a great reading. I think it's a great message. There was somebody I couldn't talk to this person because their availability on Messenger was somehow turned off or not activated. But there are a few of you that are struggling with addictions at this time, or other habits, other things that you might consider toxic. So it's not a surprise that this reading came out. But just know, for any of you battling these tough things, just give yourself grace, okay? I'm rooting for you, okay? And if you ever, I know I'm putting myself out there by saying this, but if you ever want to send me a message to help remind you to stay away from X, Y, and Z, whatever the thing is, I'll help you. I'll remind you, okay? All right, guys, if my readings are resonating and you'd like to make a donation, hop into the description of my video. There's a PayPal donate link as well as a Cash App. Also, you can subscribe to my Facebook page if you'd like to. Thanks, guys.